just so much different energy out there, negative energy and clashing, and from everything that we've experienced since we've started this whole journey together, you know what I mean, champs? And I'm just like, when I go outside, I just feel so much better. When I remove myself, I just feel, what the hell is this, you know? Champs, I'm gonna call it right there. A little short one, we've accomplished some things, but I think more importantly, we need to step away. I think when I say step away, I'm gonna have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I step away from there too. Just completely remove myself from the scene. It's what I need to do.
Welcome back to MikeRock Uncensored. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do me a huge favor. Hit the like, subscribe, and follow button so that you can receive all the latest updates as soon as I make them available to you. So we're just going to, I don't know if you guys know about what's been happening to Dr. Disrespect. Apparently, some information came to light about why he was banned from Twitch. It got leaked from a couple of employees over at Twitch. And it's disturbing. I don't condone the information that came out, but to me, there's a much larger issue in play here. And I'm going to take you through it so that you guys can catch up and see what's been going on. I'm not going to take you to any of the videos that he's apologizing and stuff on. You can catch that stuff on YouTube. I believe he's got some apology videos over on YouTube. You just check out his account over there. I'm going to take you directly over to his X account, where he basically admits to what happened over at Twitch, but he also feels that he has a reason or an excuse that keeps him from being labeled, or basically talks about why there were never any criminal charges pressed against him. So here it is right here. Dr. Disrespect, the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the effing BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll effing own my stuff. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it effing mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no effing predator or I don't know if I can say that. I'm going to black that out anyway. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me effing knows where I stand on these things with those types of people. F that. That's a different level of disgust that I effing hate when people are even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst without exaggerations. Get the F out of here with that S. I'm I'll let you guys read. He's on Dr. Disrespect. It's the last post that he put up. But in a nutshell, he admits to whatever they say happened. He's basically saying, though, I mean, there's a lot of information that's missing. Number one, from my understanding, the girl in question that he was, the minor in question that he was speaking to was somebody who was 17 years old. Wrong is wrong. And, I don't condone that behavior whatsoever. The problem that I'm having, and again, I would really love to get to the bottom of this. If I get more information on this, I will be sure to share it with you guys. But the problem that I'm having with this situation is that my understanding is that all of this started coming to light because Dr. Disrespect took a stand or stood out against the LGBTQ plus community. What the rumor that's going around is that whether he's right or wrong, that this is something that happened years ago, but they just now decided to leak this information to the general public because they weren't happy about some of the things that he was talking about, whether they felt he had a double standard or that he was a hypocrite for what he was speaking out against. Someone decided to leak this information basically to ruin his career because he took a stand against the LGBTQ community. I really feel that the people who leak this information need to be fired and the company should be sued. Twitch, Amazon, whoever's in charge, they need to be sued. And again, this has nothing to do with whether he was right or wrong. The girl, 17, almost 18, it doesn't matter, he was wrong. And I have another issue with that I'll speak about before we close. But to use information that they settled with him on, that information should, if you chose to settle that information and keep it between the company, then that's where it should have stayed. If you felt it was that bad or that wrong, you should have filed charges against him. You should have made the public aware. The way I'm looking at it is, at the end of the day, you decided that this was information the public should not have been aware of. If you really felt that he was a predator or and you decided not to disclose that information to the general public for whatever reason, then one, it should have stayed behind closed doors. But two, it's foul. It's foul that you would let money or business force you to decide whether we need to know whether someone is a quote unquote predator or pedo, or I'm trying to be careful with my words here because I don't want the video to get taken down just because I'm trying to make a point with you guys. This brings me to my other point. With everything going on, and again, people who know me know, yes, I do advocate for kids. No, I don't have a problem with anybody because of their sexual identity. I believe what I believe. They believe what they believe. And we just have to learn how to compromise and meet somewhere in the middle. That's just my understanding. I'm not going to compromise what I believe for something that you believe that basically we just butt heads. At the end of the day, it's not that I'm being disrespectful with my response or how I respond to who you decide to be. It's just that it's not personal. I just don't believe what you believe at the end of the day. That's it. That's final. But what I'm having a really hard time with is when you do these pride parades, and I got pictures of people putting plush manhoods on kids' shoulders, the kids holding it by their mouth. And I'm talking about little kids. You got adults twerking in G-strings in front of kids. You got all of these happening. We got the Epstein list that we know is vile and disgusting because the accusations involved with minors and things like that, it's something that no child should ever have to be a victim of. But we got all of these things and we're choosing to simply not talk about it. If we don't talk about it, then it doesn't exist in our head. But we'll ignore those things. But so we can ruin someone's career, all of a sudden, those same people want to come out and say, this is horrendous. It's wrong. It's not something we should condone. But the double standard needs to go away. If we're going to say that this is wrong, then we need to expose everybody that we know is participating in stuff like this. Now, and this is even worse. Whether you like what Dr. Disrespect did or not, he did not do anything illegal. If you feel you don't want to support him because of a decision that he made, and don't get it twisted. Again, just because I'm being calm about the conversation does not mean in one way, shape, or form that I condone any man talking to a minor. I have a daughter, and I would never condone an old ass man talking to a young ass girl, especially if she's my daughter. I would never condone that. But by law, well, not even by law, he didn't do anything physical. He didn't make an attempt to meet with this person, according to him and possibly even Twitch, which is probably why they settled. He got caught talking to an underage minor. We don't even know when that conversation took place or at what point of the conversation he was then made aware that she was a minor. We don't know. But I can tell you that because of stuff like this, when I stream, I play video games with friends, and when I stream and a young girl gets on board or someone who sounds young, the first thing me and my stream ask a person is, how old are you? Because we talk trash. We flirt amongst each other. We say some inappropriate things. But when you tune into my stream, in the description, it says it's for an 18 plus mature crowd. And if we feel like you're underage when you're talking to us, we will either ask you to leave, or we'll make sure that we're having PG or G-rated conversations until you are gone. Very few exceptions are ever made in that. We make mistakes, we do, but we never make mistakes with the intention of flirting with someone, talking to someone, or whatever the case may be. So yes, he could have been a lot more responsible and with how he took action, especially with him being a much bigger streamer than I'll probably ever be. But at the end of the day, how do we scrutinize this situation and make it seem like it's just the worst thing that could have ever happened to someone in the entire world? But yet we've got the pride situation with the exposure to kids, and we don't want to say anything about it, because if we did, then we have to admit that this protected class is doing something wrong. You can have your own opinions about certain things. I definitely have mine, but I that's the part that I don't understand. I look at this and I'm like, okay, that's bad. But I always go back, like, you're not going to sit up there. I'm not the type of person where you can tell me, well, let's pay attention to this, but let's ignore the double standard over here. Let's put it all on the table. If you're guilty of a crime like this, especially when it comes to kids, let's investigate all of it. Let's give everyone just and fair consequences for their actions and stop pretending that this stuff doesn't exist. It's crazy. Anyways, I got to get out of here, man, because I get active when I have to come to the defense of kids, and I hate seeing things happen like this to minors. I do believe that there needs to be more information put out there. Since the information was leaked, again, I do feel that Twitch needs to be sued. I do feel the people that leaked the information, they need to be sued. They need to be fired. If it was involved in the settlement, that information did not need to be leaked. Whoever's responsible. And yeah, I feel, if you choose not to support Dr. Disrespect anymore because of something he did, then that's understandable too. But again, you guys understand my point. Let me know what you think in the comments section. How does this bother you? And then how does it bother you to see the double standard where this liberal and Democratic Party doesn't want to take accountability for their own actions, but they'll act like nothing's wrong, but they'll turn around and use that same information to ruin someone else's career in life. You guys have a great rest of your day, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for being here. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace.